It is paved with deceit. It's really not about fairness, because there are so many people that I have seen throughout my life who have legitimately and very honestly fallen off away from the path of the light and truly honestly believe that they did not. We listen to the things that make us feel good. We listen to the things that we want to hear. The real work of the purification process is that we are reforming our conscience. And so when we come into the discrimination process, what the real work here is that we have to take this newly formed conscience and actually apply it to our lives in a painful way. Mother Teresa would say, we have to love until it hurts. I don't think people really understand that unless they really just take a moment, maybe a lot of moments, to think about what does that mean. Let's think about what she's saying. Let's look at her life, for one. Mother Teresa loved until it hurt. How many people view love as something that is only meant to feed them? But Mother Teresa understood that God had asked her to love in a self-emptying manner, so that everything that her life became was she became a funnel where God's love moved, and it was moving towards everyone else. And it hurt. This is what we learned when her letters came out and she had this darkness in her life. She loved until it really hurt, because she had to self-sacrifice to do that. She was not doing this because it made her feel good or full. She did it, and it was hard. And discrimination is hard because it asks difficult things of us. And this is where a lot of people fall away. They don't want to do the difficult work, which requires us to make changes in our lives, to make decisions that we don't want to make, to change the way we view things, and therefore then change the way we do things to make right the things we have done wrong. When I went through the discrimination pathway, I would receive instructions about sending letters to people that I had harmed 20 years ago, apology letters, explaining to them my new insight into what I had done to harm them. I had to do a lot of things that were uncomfortable. They were very uncomfortable. And then I had to make new kinds of decisions that changed the way my life was going, that made my life more difficult. God asked things of me, like, for instance, give everything away for free, and you're just gonna have to trust me. He asks you, just as, Mother Teresa was given that too. Mother Angelica, who founded the Eternal Word television network, had to trust that, okay, you're just going to do that. You're going to build that television tower, and you're going to trust that somehow the financial means to do it is going to show up. So there's a lot of trust you're putting into doing what God is asking of you. And it's hard. You have to work hard. You're asked to work even harder, because again, we go back to the whole directive I talk about, which is we are always asked to give back to creation that which creation gives to us. And we can't forget that, because there is nothing unjust about being asked to give everything away for free. If God asks it, it is because I have received so much more. And if he asks it, it's because he will make it possible for me to do that. He might ask me to work other jobs and also maintain this at the same time, but these will be things that are difficult that I deal with, I've done in order to make these things happen. but it's also in the discrimination process. It's just the excruciating self-examination, because you are literally going through that life review that we often wait till the end of our lives for. But the benefit of doing it now is that you are correcting the path. And so you're correcting the misviews, the things that you haven't seen, your incorrect perceptions about life versus death, versus what is good versus what is evil, versus what is life-giving, what's more life-taking. All these things reform you. And by reforming you, it literally changes your entire destiny, alters the direction your life is taking, and everything is going to change. It's very exhausting, takes a lot of work. People around you may not understand. You may have to accept losing people who can't travel it with you, who can't understand it, who just don't support it. The pathway is not an easy one. And that's why Mother Teresa said, love until it hurts.